Good afternoon, students. Today we are discussing about the osteology topic, patella. So before going to discussion with the patella, what is sesamoid bone, how it is formed, where it is formed, what is the importance to know these sesamoid bones. See, this is a sesamoid bones are formed like a nodular structure, nodules fused together to form a single bone. These are developed from the tendons of the muscles or capsules of the joints. Here, the main important character feature of the sesamoid bones, it will look like a, and these are the examples are, one is the patella, pisiform bone, fibella, and rider's bone. Like that, what is the importance, what is the difference between sesamoid bone and other bones development? See, these sesamoid bones are developed from after birth from the tendons or from the capsule of the joint. Whereas the other bones are developed from the cartilaginous model, membranous ossification, and membrano-cartilaginous. So like that bones are developed, but sesamoid bones are not developed like a cartilage, membranous or membrano-cartilaginous. But these are developed from the tendons of the muscles or capsule of the joint. Example, and also, but bones are having the periosteum is there, but here the periosteum is absent. Periosteum that having the membranous layer and the cellular layer. From that cellular layer that develops the osteocytes, osteoblasts, osteoclasts. But here we won't identify that type of development. Only these are developed like a nodular structures fused together to form a single bone. So like that, example like a patella, it is developed from that is a quadriceps femoris muscle tendon, and that is a pisiform bone that is developed from the flexor carpi ulnaris muscle tendon, fibella that is developed from the lateral head of the gastrocnemius, and rider's bone that is developed from the adductor longus muscle. So like that, so one of the largest bone of the sesamoid bone is the patella. We are discussing each sesamoid bone having the articular, non-articular surface is there. So articular surface is a smooth, whereas the non-articular surface is irregular. And also here what is the importance of this sesamoid bone? So one is it maintain the resist the pressure. So resist the pressure, minimize the friction, and allows the alternate the direction of the pull of the muscles. So one is the resist the pressure and minimize the friction, and also localize the circulation. So like that, sesamoid bones importance. So now we are discussing the largest sesamoid bone, patella. So patella, it is look like a triangular in shape. It having the base is there, apex is there. This is the lateral border. Another one is the middle border is there. So base, lateral border, middle border, and this is the apex of this. So here, this is the patella. It is acting like a kneecap. It is developed from the quadriceps femoris muscle tendon. It covers the knee joint. So when you cut this quadriceps femoris tendon, it is open and seeing the knee joint and its the structures. So here it having the anterior surface is there, and this is the posterior surface. Posterior surface is the articular surface. It is smooth. Posterior surface having the articular surface. This surface is separated by the crest-like is there. This is the crest-like. It separates what is the medial surface, another one is the lateral surface. How to identify medial and lateral? Which is the largest surface is there? That is the lateral surface, and small surface is the medial surface of the articular. Next, this is the anterior surface, irregular and rough it is there. This is a base. This is the apex of this. Okay. Next, what are the attachments of this? See here, quadriceps femoris muscle tendons. That is one is here. We can identify lateral side. We can identify the vastus lateralis muscle insertion. Medial side, vastus medialis muscle insertion. And whereas here we can identify rectus femoris muscle, and here we can identify the vastus intermedius. These are the four muscles insertion on the anterior surface of the patella. Next, and also here we can identify this. Sometimes it is developed from the 3 to 6 years after birth. It is developed but ossification centers appear after puberty age. It become a fully formed ossified bone patella forms this. Next, so what is how to identify the anatomical position? See, we are keeping always base is upwards, apex is downwards. Then you keep this bone on the surface of the table. Which surface is touched to the ground means on the surface of the table, that is the lateral surface. Remember this. So that also we can identify this is a larger surface of this articular surface. So when you keep in here, this is apex, this is a base, this is a lateral, this is a lateral border, this is a medial border. So lateral, which is the largest surface when keeping on the table, that is directly touched to the surface of the table, that is the left. This is a right side patella. How? This is the apex is downwards, base is upwards, lateral border is there, this is the medial one. Lateral border is touched to here. If you are keeping this side, so it is not touched. So always it is going to lateral side only. So first, when you are asking in the examination, you keep first apex is downwards, base is upwards, keep on the table. So that is the right side patella, it is there. So this is the small topic patella, but sometimes you may expect this the short notes, sesamoid bones. Thank you.